look, we are into game. Hopefully everything is good. And yeah, happy birthday. Excellent news.
Brilliant. Yesterday, by the way, we missed it.
Close enough.
Belated.
Yeah.
Giants on defense, Apex on attack. This could be a good one.
Get yourself comfortable. Lock in.
This could be a great one, actually.
Caffeinated beverage. And let's have a little watch of Apex on the attacking side with, obviously, Giant X on the defense.
With an exchange, yeah, Flickless still semi-committed.
Yeah, the breach time is incredible, though. Okay, once they realize they're fighting over towards site heavy, instant pivot, and this drone might...
Over towards A.
Oh, ball is still up.
For the time being.
Dude, free site, 5v5 retake.
That Sheriff in his hands, very talented player. Obviously the combination with Fluorescent being something that's been of note with this roster, and it looks like it's all a bit of a ruse with a potential late pivot.
Now what?
Two members of Giants over that way, just about slipping through, but actually Moles are going to get caught. Floor, good for the trade though.
Love to see it. Floor after a nice start there. But now Apex, I mean, it's kind of a bit of a pause here really. Their options are available after that pick, and reinvesting or maybe re-exploring this A look. And yeah, fight gonna break out, Governor's gonna be dropped, and Floor gonna pick up the pieces. So far, the only one really to be drawing blood for the Apex side.
30 seconds left.
Do we see that continue here? An option. Ara again, an impressive player joining in. A nice opportunity.
Oh my goodness, he nearly got him.
1v2.
Oh.
Getting a little bit difficult now as it's coming.
It's kind of close to the spams.
Both of them trying to play this together. Very difficult for Evola, and it is. Ara off to a brilliant start.
I mean,
again, one of the newer
I
additions
feel like
and so far he's been a tick in the box.
Apex cancelled when they had no other options, and like they didn't have B control. They just had no map control basically, and then just got caught out with indecision.
Obviously, really looking towards stage 2. Obviously,
Dre as well. Dre, thank you so much for the prime, mate.
How often do
Appreciate
you
the
get
2 months for that. Thank you.
a bye week to roll out an extra player, or the 6th man, so to say?
I quite like it. Even the the switching in runner here. You've got a couple of pieces on the board. Why not see how they kind of blend together, how it works?
We'll keep an eye on the pistol as well. 1-0. Damn, it's big 0.
Apex also a lot of question marks about the future of this sort of team together.
You got one person that can go down on
this
this
couple
one.
of days, weeks going forward. It's all very much up in the air.
Is Runner usually the smokes player? This is what they're changing up.
Make much note of, unless they
basically, Ara's come in as the duelist, and then they tried purple on smokes, and I think he had a lot to learn, and maybe they were like, maybe it's faster to just get Runner in. We'll see.
Should be able to leave Runner in a pretty forward position here. No real requirement really for Cloud to rotate either.
I don't want to say much on the site here. Look at the resistance already on the way in. It really hard to make much of until then. Actually,
that's the depth of their allowance.
West side as he tried to slip back towards the site. So looking for their adjustment through towards B, but Cloud in control. Probably one of the standout players historically with this roster. And right now with a
get that ult nice and early. Might even go for an aggro A. Get up. Get the orb. Get the ult. What you would imagine, yeah.
For Apex, no possibility of a closer trade coming up. You know, Governor, I believe.
Papa looks good on smokes. I don't think so.
Guys,
he looked really shaky. Oh boy.
Can you believe it? Simply sensational.
Yeah, I'm completely blown away by that. Didn't see it coming.
No, none of us did.
No.
None of us did. Now, let's really get into this.
Dude, if it's the same PC, surely we switch out this PC.
Of course we did. Full faith here.
This is the PC.
Dropping the inside lord.
Just literally airing dirty laundry in between games.
You love to see it.
FPS sucks. We've talked about this USB problem for a while now.
Audio issue. Dude, it's the same PC, right, guys? We gotta change this PC out. Surely we gotta change this PC out. Keyboards, audio.
I think it's Nookie's PC. It's still just doing the rounds.
It's haunted.
It's got to be doing the rounds.
Can we get some like sage or something out there to cleanse the spirit? Because
actually, no, sorry, I just saw on screen an audio issue.
Well, but what if that's related to a USB?
We're just playing tech pause bingo at this point. That should be a thing. Why are we not already doing that?
Do you think we get it sponsored too?
Oh, 100%.
Gala bingo. Yeah. Coming to VCT.
Gala.
Why have they got a free shout out?
I didn't do much bingoing. I do remember the like, you've been going mad. Ooh.
Is it like What's the goose one? Is it 66?
What does it relate to a goose?
We're gonna have to, yeah. Well, because they're supposed to
Chatters,
be,
help us.
Yeah,
Any
chatters.
any avid
Any chatters in chat,
bingoers,
please.
help me out.
If there's a single actual bingo player in chat,
There's got to be one.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
There's got to be one. Can you? Legs 11. That was one I remember.
I'm sure it was like pair of geese. 66.
Don't they have to rhyme or something?
Do
There's
they?
no way. I swear. I don't know. I'm really hoping someone in chat is going to help us out because they're giving me nothing. I can't say that one, Zilv. That seems a bit insensitive. Zilv's got a dirty old mind. He does.
He's supposed to be observing.
Well, he's observing chat currently. Knock on the door. 44.
Yes.
That's a classic.
That's classic.
Wait, who put that one in there? Let me just. Haroon28, shout out to you. Absolute bingo fiend. 2 little ducks. 22.
Okay, then maybe
Okay,
that was
yeah.
Was that the geese?
Bingo fiend.
2 geese. 44.
Well, 6s don't really look like geese.
No. Yeah, it doesn't seem that bingo has really hit the young masses as a big go-to, which is surprising. Fun for all the family.
Wow.
Well, look, we'll work on it. We'll theory craft some bits and pieces because clearly this will. Oh, Molsey looked half asleep, mate. Oh, we don't.
These guys.
We liked the pose at the start, didn't we?
We did, yeah. A lot of time for the Molsey. We should have a competition actually of everybody's.
Oh, like the player pictures.
everybody's stage icon.
Yeah, because I always talk about competitors like I care. Competitor Overwatch. Do you remember when they used to make the players walk out? And
Oh
like
yeah,
the hero
I
shot?
would never forget
Oh,
the
mate.
Apex.
That was
The Apex
something
Invitational.
else.
I want to say it was like Tavik and
Yeah,
Seagull.
yeah. They do like the poses.
Seagull had to do the one with the bow and arrow, which is possibly one of the most,
actually heathen.
for the worst reasons ever, one
Yeah.
of the most iconic
Yeah.
clips in esports.
I kind of want.
We should
see
do that.
more
We
of
should
that.
do that. Our walkout should be like somebody has to come up and replicate, like either a voice line or a
Yes.
taunt or something.
Oh, that'd be absolutely awful. I'd love it.
Be
I'd love
absolutely
it. I
awful.
feel like a third party would put that on. You know what I mean? Like, no, guys, if you just like act like the agents in the game, it'll look really cool. We promise. Now, how is those audio settings going?
Dude, that's such an Overwatch
Still on
thing
the
to do.
reporting
Holy
part.
hell.
That hasn't been updated in a minute. Yeah, no, there are some Noahs in chat who do remember
Okay, brilliant.
the moment, especially like Seagull, people like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's some real Noahs out there. Good job. Well. Can't read what most of the chat is saying because they're being.
Wow, that's shocking.
I know. They're normally
I
quite well
find that very
behaved.
hard to believe.
Oh.
Now what's?
I
Wait,
don't-
where are your glasses? You can't see me. Oh, yeah,
yeah,
pretty
there.
much, yeah.
Yeah, no, I've got my glasses on.
Throw the glasses away.
Yeah, go on, lob them. I'll have
Throw them
them.
over. Go on.
I dare you. Go on, clown. Molsey's done him.
We've got no noughts and crosses either. Which that should be.
That can be added to the list.
Yeah.
Another sponsor potential.
yeah.
The sales team get to work. Oh no! Rock paper scissors. Is he offering? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
No.
That's not an
Wait.
angle.
Each one one and paper.
So that's not a good angle for Cloud. At all. Here we go. They're head to head. They're head to head. Let's go.
Production's locking in, and now they've stopped.
Yeah, now they start doing the perfect angle for
It's
it.
fizzled out so quickly.
Oh, so is my energy. I really peaked at the movable object and stoppable force.
Yeah.
The other thing that I have is
You really did.
blood, sweat,
All the
sweat and
material.
tears. I can't send it in round 2. How's day been?
Chairs are reclined. I've been stuck with you in the green room.
Right, why does that sound like a negative? why have you made that sound awful?
What do you mean?
Well, you know,
We've
we're
literally
it's just me and you chatting, Michael. You know we are live on a broadcast to others. You're like, well, you know how my day is, Lauren. We've been together the whole time.
It's been alright.
Give me something.
We've been blessed
Yeah?
today. Yeah.
Have we?
I feel like it's about 2 hours later than it actually is,
That's true.
but it's not.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
we do have. Wait, rock paper scissors is kicking off again.
bubbling up.
No, it's not. It's died again.
We gotta change this PC out. Come on, guys.
Keep doing that sort of performance, mate. When am I going to stream Daisy again? I fancy a bit of Daisy. Do you fancy a bit?
Yeah.
Although I do want to play the new Oblivion. Elder Scrolls of Oblivion.
Yeah.
Loved that as
Not
a
so
kid.
much.
No, I was lost in the sauce with that. No, Alberto, we're not going to the desk. We're talking about video games here, mate. We're locked in. People at home are loving this. Wait.
Wait, issues resolved?
The chairs are coming up.
Wait, everybody, yeah.
Folks.
Postures have been fixed.
Folks, we've got a sideline reporter, which is actually our producer. Potential resolve of issue.
He didn't sound convinced.
Oh, no,
And then they look.
We're going
Oh,
back
yeah.
in.
They
We're
look
going
ready.
back in.
Yeah, oh mein Gott.
You can't be dropping that.
No, it is.
Filthy law. Daisy trolling Sideshow and Brent. I mean, that was literally the highlight of my, I
Hello?
want to say year. You friendly?
Are you friendly?
Yeah.
We should talk to Alberto as well about possibly bringing Jessica and Jackson back for a cast. For an entire cast.
Yeah, no, there's, I think we
Give the
could do
people what they want.
that. I mean, the 10 people demand it. You must listen.
All 10 people that have watched that video on repeat. But
Absolutely.
look at this, a
are we good?
third round.
Oh!
We have been blessed.
Dude, they're already losing their
How long till
mind.
the next tech pause?
2.
I was about to say pectors. I've lost it. Wow, it's a
You've done
technical.
it to me. Maybe a round or two.
Oh, you think we got like 2-3 rounds? All right. I'll go for 5. I think 5 rounds.
Okay, we said they were going to go
taking,
aggro A and then we're going to
predictions
get
in
this. Oh, they get the
Away
ult.
we
Does
go.
he get over towards
They've
it
been
in
testing the
time
C
to
site
use
a
the
fair
ult?
amount. This time around, obviously,
Looks
with
like he
weapons.
might.
They got guns.
They've got guns, Lauren. They've over actually taken down to 45 HP already. Be conscious of that
Harsh shields,
previously.
yeah, there's a lot of harsh shields.
So floor a little, I don't even want to say ahead of the curve, but spacing not quite there on the eco. Around though.
It looks so weird when it's
The
going
pivot to
silent.
be looking a little more enticing, but
They
still
kind of have to
posted
go relatively
Arsenal here,
fast
going
against this
towards
ult.
Be careful. They've
Oh
removed,
my
they've
goodness,
removed
all
the
that.
util on C. They're doing the checklist really well. I think that was a little bit too bold for Runner. Maybe
Yeah,
resting on the laurels a little
might have
too
been.
much as Floor's going to take
Most
his head
people
off
try
and then open up the
and get some info,
opportunities
get
here.
out of there,
Looking through
especially when you got the
towards BBC,
ult.
that deep smoke coming in. Now Floor going to spot out one.
I'll
and
tell you
now
what's
just gonna take
insanely
side
good for
space.
retaking this side. So they might not actually want to go B. We'll see.
Spike not making
Any
its way in
helpers?
just
Oh, boy.
yet, but floor still. Oh,
Wait, what the?
What?
It's all right. Apex have finally arrived. Apex are
Dude,
finally
this was a
here.
shocking
It's
round
okay.
from both teams, really.
No,
But
Floor, just hold the site against 4, please. Thank you. We're going C now. The sacrifice has been made. As Cloud left in the 1v4 here. He's certainly not pretty Valorant today, Mike.
No,
no, it's not.
not to kick things off
It's a
here,
nice
but
triple
obviously
swing, though.
they want to seal the deal here. Apex on the board.
And that looked really rough from
Very clean
Giants.
round, yeah.
Beautiful.
But again, I didn't want to read too much into the eco example, but again, there the spacing's just not there. Floor's cleared that. All the information
Floor's
gone.
done a job. I guess there was
Maybe a
still,
li-
oh,
No, I
but
think
there was
I think they
time
were
before
waiting
that,
for the
I feel.
tail, to be honest.
I mean, even at the
While they
point
were
where
taking
Floor's
space
almost
over towards C, and they didn't want to commit with a spike, basically.
all the way up, almost into spawn to spot out. I can't even remember who it was on the other side. It might have been Cloud. I think.
You can tell when the coaches win the round and that's
But
their
around the
reaction. You
board
can tell that it
regardless.
wasn't great.
Yeah.
So the repurchase is pretty comfortable for Giant X.
Okay, flash for it. Okay, wait, so it's contact into tuck in, flash, stun, omen flash, swing, maybe even a stun close as well if you need it.
That's
No.
solid.
Would be absolutely brutal.
Conversation's being shown. Looks like a little trap play. And there it is. Trap gets sprung, and
Nice shots.
oh, look, I don't
Aim
care.
labs for
I
Floor.
don't care if it's mud when Floor will still give me that. That's all I need. Cloud though? Nah. Batu's on the other side. So yeah, Avova goes down, but they've got the carpet rolled out towards A. And it is down to Aura and West Side, so gonna have to over-deliver in some capacity. Aura's been good for a couple. Maybe a little bit of chance here.
So Westside previously, and fairly individual scenarios looking good as well for Giant X.
Oh.
Gotta be careful here though,
What?
Floor
Good.
finally finding the third.
We edit that.
We headed that.
Do you think
So-
that's kind of wraps now?
Yeah, Westside. I said you credit him previously in individual scenarios, but this is a lot to handle.
Yeah, especially without the util. Yeah,
Yeah.
done for. You saw the cycle come back up for Apex. Nice enough in the end,
I
gotta say.
mean, pretty
Feels
convincing
like a
rounds,
broken
good amount of
record,
people
but Floor
surviving
giving
as
them
well.
Pretty much everything that they would require. Punishing, you saw Runner
It's
in
good
the,
shots on
earlier
this.
into this. Being
I always
punished,
worry
and
about
the
these
trap play here being dealt
these
with
trap
so
plays.
easily.
Like
But
it's
what I love is actually
the trap plays over
extremity
towards
control
C
here,
are always
how
a little
quickly
bit
they're
weird
able
because
to
you kind of
pivot
want to
back over
smoke.
towards A.
Jeez.
Still
The
getting
trap play is
into-
always weird because you want
Oh,
the Omen flash here.
Unstoppable
At the same time, you
object.
want to smoke here, so like it normally gets a little bit hard to do it. Because everyone that's in this area normally owns
Devious
it.
work from production after these tech pauses.
What do we
That's...
think the movable object is?
I can't
what Do we
wait.
think that's
I don't know, but I'm locked in for it, folks. Don't you let me down.
Kim somewhere is grinning ear to ear.
Cackling.
Yeah.
Okay, so not really a Shiko. Shades of Shiko. Run up. Ooh.
Ooh.
Not much to do there, really, is there?
There's plenty of bodies on
Oh,
top of this. Absolutely clothesline coming out of the wall here. Two big openers. Flickless still up close and personal. Chance to do some damage here.
Okay. This is nice little try. It's just not feeling like it's going too far.
But you
Even
never
now.
get more than one in that situation.
Yeah. I was hoping for some more maybe complementary positions. It feels quite individual.
shot.
That's lovely from West Side, though. A couple more of those, and I'm on board.
They're desperate to police this weapon as well. So we'll get another shot at it, but Molesy sharp to it this
They
time.
get a plant. They're gonna have
Cloud
Breach Ult
left.
for next round as well.
And also have to say, as much as, you know, we'll see kind of floor and Batu.
Dude, if I'm
more
Apex
towards
at the
top when
moment
it
and
comes
I've
about notable
seen
mentions,
these
Molsy's had some
rounds
mad games, by
from
the way. He's in a
Runner,
couple of heaters where you're like,
I'm
whoa, 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 where's this
constantly
come
just
from?
late
Molsy's
retaking
been hitting
A.
a couple.
Like,
I
I
think
want
Avova
this guy to get
earlier
set
on
up
as
here.
well had a decent little outcome.
It looks like he's in trouble.
It's had a big issue, really, I think, for the
I
season.
mean, it was a
Just
nice
not seeing a
it was a nice
cohesive
Yori
unit.
flash.
Yeah.
I don't think that's unfair to say, really.
My sound is going, bro.
There's even between both of these teams, there's been, you know, I don't even want to say glimmers of hope, but there have been positives along the way. Certainly things to build upon, but I think for Apex, it's felt more like get everybody singing from the same hymn sheet, really, when you look at some of the games.
Breach Ult. This is the
Seeing that
one.
breach ult. I think we see floor played in here. Oof. Commits on the corner, takes a boatload of damage, but does take Runner down to 31.
Governor 2, you can't,
early
guys, you can't
test.
be.
It's towards B.
You can't be counting down how many rounds until Governor gets his ult. That's criminal.
Get Governor on the ult.
Why have you said it? I think the desk hit it 3 times in the same segment. And then Magnum piled it as well.
He's like- Oh.
You know, slow drift back away from Apex here. Still very cautious.
They failed on the A reclair,
Again, a big thing. Need to
so you
do
know
some
that
of
they're
this
going to have a
utility if you're gonna force
2-2.
the adjustment, but there's confirmation here
So
towards Ara.
try and find
Still,
the wall
yeah, I
with
mean,
the
already
option of
3 players
pivoting
over
back
towards
to
C as well.
B. Find
They've
no
actually run out of
wall.
options. They need to commit one way or the other here.
I guess this is their get out of jail free card, right? They can bank on the ult a little bit. Feels a bit awkward on the spacing, but Governor, Util King, takes away Aura.
What the?
Now Avova trying to take some security on the site. It's Governor again doubling down now. And Icon
Health
online.
bar, so
And Governor is continuing this on
Shot.
3 for him this round, but they're fighting
shot.
back on the side. They're doing some serious damage.
Damn, he's got nuts shots right now.
But Batu, the young gun, still standing, still firing.
Oh,
Finds his
no.
man.
Dude, how did he know that he was doing
Deleted
that?
with a Red Bull clutch.
That's what his teammate just
a
asked him.
beautiful exchange back and forth there. West side nearly lining up 4 tucked into the corner. Beautiful closeout here.
Yeah, that
even
was smart
with the
by him.
paranoia connecting. Great read on the TP.
Dude, did they
Curious to see actually if he sees any sort of
did they
a
breach
glimpse of
all
something up on the box
damage and salvo over towards
just
the
a
waterfall?
perfect
They're kind of
read.
nice.
What are you doing, man? Let's go, Abby.
No
Animal
reaction.
impressions before we went live.
You hit the sheep.
Yeah, that was the sheep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We
funny.
were-
He was
Mike,
looking
you
for
do
the
an
odorous
incredible
reaction.
impression,
You
is
just
what we
gave him
thought.
nothing.
No.
No.
Well, you've already hit it.
If
once.
there's a next, no. I was going to say if there was another tag pause.
Well, Pipson looks, I was going to say calm. It's building up.
Yeah, it's building up.
He's
You know when it gets towards the last 10 seconds of a timeout,
Rap
then
God
it
kicks
ramps.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just- you think they get like a beep? They get like a Oh, okay, the color changes in the background. So yeah, you can see there immediately as the color changes. Like,
Nailed it.
yeah. Just the mic drop moment.
Okay, so what does Giant X now do? Because I feel like they've been in the right place a couple of times. They're meeting those rotations quite well. You had Aura in the rotate, but it did feel like they lost a little bit of the track of the fact that Molzy still had that ult there, which gave them the get out of jail free card late round.
Yeah,
Okay, another round where
conversely, Apex have,
if they
cautious,
lose it, they got to
there is an
eco.
element of hesitation
So
there,
many
but
ults though.
they're
Apex
winning
should be
out
so
in some
fine
of
on
these
this
kind
round.
of audible calls. Kind of
Infinity
pendulum
saw early
swing
though.
back and
One
forth
away from the
across
ult,
map.
go aggro over towards A.
Has favoured them.
And let's see, because Ron has been struggling.
It's a bit of a crunch here, to
Might
be
be
honest. That's
screwed
rough.
again.
Yeah, he's
Runner's
getting
been
wrecked,
punished.
man.
I
Oh,
mean,
extra
give me
one?
4 POV right now. Observers.
Dude, it's a buy round.
You know I'm actually biased. How dare you switch away to what might have been more relevant action. But for now,
Mad Lad
Flickless
John,
and
thank you
Westside,
so much, John.
you're
Appreciate
a
the
mile
prime.
away, it's probably a
Give
safe
Thank you
us
for
up,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you come out of a timeout.
Thank you, observers, for making up for it now.
And the round's opened up by a 3K.
I mean, Runner, I feel for him, but he's been caught in
Yeah,
that
he's
position
getting
now
wrecked.
a couple of times, punished, trying to get out of
Giants
there.
might have that issue of no
tough
one
to
feels
try and
comfy
deal
on
with.
smokes.
Was the previous on the anti-eco or on Giant X's lower buy? I actually can't remember, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Caught off guard in pretty similar circumstances, trying to TP away. And again, it's awkward if you commit towards the top of rubble. You can't TP behind this wall.
Zan Jackson, thank you so much for the prime as well, Zan.
Kinda
Thank you
screwed.
for that.
If there is any commitment on the other side. It just so happens, it's 4 members of Apex, so
The observers hear the casters, yeah.
unfortunate to see it happen once again, whether or not there will be any adjustment to address this issue.
Can't get out of the positive.
Early
I
on.
thought, yeah, but that's his own issue for playing here.
Rough for Runner
Like,
there.
most people, when they don't have the Viper wall
It looks like there
to
was a priority
rely
coming out
on,
from Apex
like,
as
they're
well to
always
kinda get those
playing like
bodies behind
this.
that little box by kind of blue room.
So,
Play for it. We've seen
it's
it
kinda-
being
it's kind of his
rewarded
own
quite
fault for playing
consistently in the
here.
last couple of weeks, kind of playing
doesn't
from
have
that
that
spot and kind of
safety.
creating a
And, like,
crossfire
your
through, but it's
rotate's got to help you
really
as well.
not
But it's got to be
having any
Omen
effect,
flashing
I'd
you to
imagine.
stay
The
strong.
problem is for Giant
Instead of
X,
this
that was
whole,
the round they probably
yeah,
had a
I'm
little
going to
timeout
TP
for,
away
maybe
out
leading
into the
maybe had a
open.
plan in mind. And that gets trashed with 3 kills from Floor, who's up to 11-4 currently, leading the way for pretty much everyone on the server. And it's broken the buy for Giant X.
Yeah, the response maybe at least here. The eco is to commit a little further. Arrow all the way up in here, but Molzy quickly moves the head of the snake. Cloud to find a response, but no chance really of getting in there and retrieving the weapon. Yeah, it's Floor down to 14 HP. I saw the health bar just flashed up behind the wall there.
Yeah. So just pause for a minute. I guess they're well aware as well that Flickless and Westside will be the ones that still have the rifles.
Some
So
extra
there is still
changes.
a bit of punch to this
Yeah, I
round.
mean,
Trying
if
to
no
maybe
one looks
navigate
comfy
away from that, around from that
on
cloud.
smoke. I mean,
A
the
little
thing
more
is, though, they
disposable, but
have,
numbers are pretty
like,
key
what?
here.
2.5 months or something
Pretty
till their
clear,
next
though.
game.
Hey, Floor's low HP.
They got a long
Don't be the
time
death
till their
of
next
her.
game.
She's got the ult.
You could learn smokes
There's
in
a
that
pixel
time.
scene. Flicks. Oh,
That's
my word.
good, though.
That's
It's
huge.
whoever
from
shows the
Flickless.
most
Floor's
potential
just gonna
out of
dive in for this one.
Purple
yeah,
or
take
Runner.
herself out of the ult and just going to try and take the space herself instead. But this could be cut off. Looking at Westside's position, it looks like Avova's got some awareness there. Very doable for Westside. Has his ult as well.
Definitely a chance in a 1v2. Especially with Apex looking to split a little bit here. Floor tucking into the corner, but if Westside can get in here and dig Avova out quickly.
He's got a CS team, right, Pecan?
There's a window of chance. I feel like it's closing here. Nice try, but this should be Floor down swinging.
Bringing
Actually,
him
it
back.
doesn't need it.
Mal
Avova
19
had
Mark,
that
thank you so much for the
comfortably from
prime.
tree
Thank
in
you
the
so
end,
much for that.
navigating the threats
Oh,
well.
really?
I feel like there was a
Interesting.
level of awareness from Avova during that, as you saw him kind of pinging it out by the door.
Yeah.
Knowing where Westside's been playing as well, it's not all that surprising. But I quite like the commitment, at least, from Giant X for this, trying to pry players out, but I feel like you can't be doing this over and over again.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm curious to see what they pick up coming into the buy round, to be honest with you. Whether you see the same level of commitment to try and control Rubble, because there's certainly an opportunity elsewhere on the map. So like I said, Apex have been kind of benefiting from
Okay, now they got a
swinging
couple
back and
ults.
forth, but
Breach or
Oh, right
oh,
off the
instant
rip.
tail.
Okay.
Instant tail with A
I guess this
pressure.
encourages then a quick hit towards
And then
B.
you know
I
they're
imagine,
locked into
yeah.
sight,
But Flickless
so
was
then
solid
you-
in that last round. At least
Dude,
mechanically he was very good.
Vine stops
Now there's
so
3 players
much.
waiting on this.
it goes ult here as
Vine
well.
is actually
wait,
just
so
a
the
hard
TP into sight of
shutdown.
Avova. That is mental. Dives in, gets two. The answer's been made. Batu and Avova do go down, so now they've lost a spike.
Spike here
on the
though,
B
this
side
should be
itself.
hard. They're gonna go take A control.
Westside still has his.
Guys, you gotta
that's
go take A
playable.
control.
And Ara's position gonna turn the flash
Guys, you
here,
gotta
but
go take A
beautifully
control, I
around by
beg.
Giant X, finally managing
Or C pressure or
around.
something.
So it's up to 3 now. Start chipping away.
At least
at
they
the
saved us some
finances,
time, but
into round 10, maybe not even going to be a factor here. Yeah, initially, liking what you see really with that early ultimate coming through, you almost feel like it's a very fast piece towards B. But there's just a moment where things slow down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the TP's mad.
that's no wait, really Despa? That's a long time.
And then actually catches the backside of the setup, which is around Flickless's ult.
Nice! Come on, come on, come on!
Yeah, big play from Avova.
Sanya. Wait, wait, which of these is
Committing
Artis's
forwards
mod?
here from Apex towards Rubble, so
Which one of these? Flickless.
say
Flickless?
for Giant
Dude,
X, the
saying
expectation
Artis's
is going
mod
to be
made it
some
to
presence
VCT before him is
outside C.
crazy. The thing is, you can do that because you're his mod as well. So, I think out of anyone in chat, you're the only one that can get away with that.
Flickless though. Again, Avova feels like he's very
Get in there,
isolated.
yeah.
Doing it once
Shots,
is
though.
fine. The second feels way too far. The ult gonna come in, but shorty in hand gonna be outdone. Ara patrolling the site and secures safety. Spike is back in Batu's hands.
Just saw it through the smoke, yeah. I think the corner of it was sticking through, so
Well.
spam comes through.
Yeah,
How are we going to find it?
I'm not sure what Avova's plan was. I feel like
Robbie
kind of got that false reward in the previous
G293.
round.
Thank you so much, Robbie. Thank you for the prime, mate.
Yeah, but again, who
Appreciate you
else
doing
is kind of
Yeah.
clearing the space up to that
True.
TP?
True.
That's what felt more awkward about that exchange, that somebody's able to just shoot Avova in the back of the head.
I guess the util spacing on it maybe, because the thorns were there still. Regardless though. Yeah, a little uncomfortable on the timing it looks like. But
Two rough
Giant
rounds
X,
back to
again,
back.
gotta say, Ara to me has been a quietly very good addition to this team. Obviously we saw him debut, I think in the last game. It was the first time we really got to see him out. Looks really good. Like seeing him on the jet as well. Looking proficient in that. Beyond that, Flickless obviously mechanically looking very solid too. So again, overall, quite impressed with the two additions.
Yeah, and to be honest, to step into, I mean, let's call a spade, a roster that has underperformed and come out and try. Ultimately, you do become the focal point then. If, you don't see an upswing, it then becomes, you're part and parcel for the, I guess, being tarnished with the same brush almost.
First started playing with a
Massive
French team
positive
today
to
with
see both
Jax.
Flickless and Ara
Wait,
come out
actually?
look very impressive individually, and hopefully that's something that fix things for Giant X maybe going forward.
I have to look at the end of this. See what he's up
Ara
to.
does have the ult as well this round. On the other side, Batu's still got his Navova. As there's nothing else, I mean, much on the horizon.
I hope
Halsey
we get
not too
another
far
tech.
away,
Mate, why are you
I guess,
typing
but
that? That's
not in
outrageous.
hand. And once again, we see this repetition from Giant X fighting out for that Rubble control. See how it goes this time around. No early challenges here. Passive in the hold for Batu.
Yeah, on the back of the,
See,
at least on the back
this
of the
A-Tech's
stun,
incredibly
nobody's
strong, though.
immediately swinging out
Salvo,
here.
salvo,
West side
stun, stun.
potentially will be called upon early on in the round, but we'll concede the space. Flickless has been that support system for him. Left guessing a little bit. They're desperate to try and dig out whoever's outside Rubble here.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's be tough, like you can see the adjustment on that vice.
It's all up to
as well.
Runner. Hasn't been going great over here.
Hard if they try and go for this,
Wait,
like,
they're not gonna
late
A
look into
reclear?
B.
Oh.
But Giant X are reading that quite well now. Are in the right place. Supported by Cloud. 45 seconds though, still opportunities. Certainly no level of commitment here, seeing at least the spike trail around towards C. Floor.
Oh, that's
At least
nice.
trying to trigger the wall, set that expectation, but we can see who's kind of checking behind that. It'll be Cloud. He can already see that no one's going to be pushing behind
Cool,
that.
get the info, trigger the
Already
wall.
got that rotation from Ara somewhere in between that BC site, and now they got to go. 25 seconds. It's going to get tough here. Stalled out already. Util
Oh my
coming
goodness,
in. West side pouncing perfectly, punishing.
That's
kind of
interesting. Omen all behind the smoke, so you can spam.
Giant X.
Cloud's been here the whole
12
time. He was
seconds
the gatekeeper of
to-
this, not
I
letting
did, they
it
just
slip
can't
at
get
all,
in
and
here.
Runner in support as well. This is
Dude, they gotta
perfect.
like
There's
proper
not much
reclear
more to
A
do.
though,
They
no?
ran it
They're just
too
running
late,
into
Mike.
numbers.
Again, going through these protocols, of credited previously looking very cautious in approach, but here allowing the round to just almost pass them by. Said the big tick out beautiful from West Side for the first two there.
Really nice.
And the big kind of checklist items here.
Bro, I was just aiming, bro, with you.
Dealing with the U2 outside B needs to happen earlier if that's the sort of thing that Apex wants to lean in. Like I said previously, earlier on in the half, winning out on those sorts of rounds. The push and pull back and forth. But seemingly now that Giant X have a firmer hold around Rubble, Apex have lost out I guess some of those repeatable successes.
They could just force over towards C like they did last time with the breach shot.
This is encouraging this C take once
Damage
they can clear at
salvos.
least some of the util, because they know that wall, at least in the last round, was placed towards B, right? So you've got to feel they're going to start trying to test this a little bit deeper, but once again, not fancying it.
Guys, we gotta re-clear A though at one point, surely.
Yeah, sure. I mean, those are the two options, right? It's either commit ahead of it with the investment, but there's been a couple of examples where we haven't seen either. Now Wall's dealt with.
Yeah, but how do they re-clear A? How do they re-clear A? They use their smoke?
You really want to see something else happen on the map.
I put it on runner's plate here. And again, Ara right place.
There's like the drone
right
over towards B doesn't really make the most sense. Oh my goodness, Batu's got to send it forward because the ult was pretty nice here. It's another round where they don't know what they're doing. 20 seconds.
As we are running low on time here, 20 seconds they're going in towards B, and once again Ara right here, Cloud right there. We've been seeing the punish as well from Runner in that sort of spot, and now over towards C. They're losing bodies everywhere they go. We're all going to try and make it through, but 10 seconds they've got to be playing
Salvos though, the Salvos not to stop the plant.
The flood back in, the store from the util.
He tried to throw the spike up. Oh, that was a shocker towards the end there. Dude, they don't save their drone for re-clear on A, and then they try and do some weird like... I mean, they don't try and do anything, to be honest. They just try and go through the choke and then have to get out of there.
It just didn't come.
No, it didn't. So we'll be back after the break.
Dude, you caught him throwing the spike up at the end there to try and get a plant. 6 on attack is, I mean, considering what we saw, I think they did pretty good to get 6. Yeah, let me mute this. Let me check what these VODs are doing. I haven't uploaded any of them, I don't think. 2 hours and 4 minutes for the first map. Dude, both of the thumbnails for the first 2 games, the tech pauses. That's so funny. Doesn't surprise me though. Lotus didn't make it to VCT, but his gameplay definitely did. Jesus. Dude, this is the... It's so savage, man. The thing is, I feel like the majority of the people in his chat would type this to him as well, so can't even be mad.
It feels like very polarizing runs, though. We kind of had, what, the 6 in a row from Apex there, and then the flip as well. There was no back and forth, it felt like. It just very quickly flipped the other way.
No, and I can't remember if it was actually 6-2 or one of the timeouts came through, but that was when Apex were the ones to kind of switch up. Giant X get very proactive towards Rubble to try and address Runner falling early.
Yeah.
And then Apex kind of didn't go back there again for the duration. And
movable force.
Right, movable force. Apex only win 13.7% rounds when Fluorescent dies first.
Brother, that's Floor and Friends.
Only win 13. I mean, but they are 45.
Another foul stat coming out from production.
They are chefing them up here. Well, let's see what the side looks like.
Let's test those percentages.
I picked up my pen like I'm going to be counting. Who am I fooling here?
Retrieval of the orb to kick things off here for Giant X. Initially, heavy focus towards B.
I was trying to think that
Again,
if that
no
becan
confirmation on the back
take
side,
out your
but at least
duelist like 4v5.
no information
I don't think the percentage is too bad.
Floor tasked with holding down the fort. That's actually going to be given an opportunity for an engagement here. Giant
Okay, we got a free
happy to
A
progress it. You
site.
can always see this
Instant
fight
reaction
kind
from
of
losing
building.
A's to push over towards B.
in the background here outside B.
We got salvos to help retake,
though for Giant
so
X
they
here.
might just go here,
Very
so you can
clear-cut
fast
approach.
get out of
We are going to
heaven.
be 5v5 post plant.
Yeah.
Always going to be messy.
And a pistol as well towards A site with a deep
That
position like
is
this, but Arrow's actually
questionable.
going to fall. That's a huge kill.
Yeah, the one-way not working as intended, really. Floor able to use it, but eats the flash a little. Does... Oh, it's so good! Okay,
Dude,
more
how-
of that, please. No, okay, it's down to over a multi to try and work this back in, because Westside's tucked in a nice little position here. That's a freebie, and he's been on a bit of a
Paranoia
heater as
misses.
well. This is spot on for Westside, not feeling pressure just yet. We'll be able to check the spike, see it's clear, dips away, plays it calm. Avova's starting to sweat, starting to get nervous. There's not much he can
I see
really
playing.
do.
Dude,
here.
Westside looks
Westside
solid,
played
though.
that so perfectly. Safe Red Bull clutch for him.
Great way to close out the pistol as well. Like I said, it can be a really, really awkward post plant there, especially with so many bodies on the pistol. Arrow falling like this. Actually,
Dude, how
Paul
did,
doubling down here,
How was Ron even allowed to
okay,
survive
this is
here? I
Shields
thought that
from
the
Cloud.
salvos went here.
lining them up through the smoke.
Bro, where are you going?
He's got the Ryanair captain's
Damn,
flag as
dude.
well.
Yes.
We go in. Now this round should be a throwaway. Batu opting for the sheriff this time rather than the first.
Okay, they're allowed one death.
So, really, I want to see Giant X keep this quite clean. I want
Did,
to see
but
them
there's
see
a
if they can
gap?
get
Dude,
through
how?
this
It fills
without
up all of
suffering
this.
too many casualties, because it is quite invested. It's only really Westside that you'd be willing to lose if you're able to walk away with whatever option you fancied.
That's probably why we see these rifles trying to stick together. Governor just shouldering door here, but will be spotted. And I think
Well,
there's
it's
gonna be
another
much
free
pressure here
site.
towards the front lines,
Who
but
gets to farm a little
Westside does
bit?
have to be careful.
Cloud, maybe?
With the back lines will
Nicholas, let's
actually
see.
end
He
up
can definitely
being
throw the spike over to Cloud.
or retrieved elsewhere for Apex.
Westside's
Again,
indoor as well,
different
so
situation,
could
but a
definitely throw the
5v5
gun
over towards A site
over
here.
at one point.
Protocol list looking solid for Giant X. They're not really taking too many risks. Path things securely. I guess that the post plant can get a little bit more dangerous because you are a bit closer range, but again, you're looking at the weaponry and the support coming out there between
It's a
Molesey.
free gun.
Setting up Batu was pretty brilliant. Now Avova,
Big upgrade.
yeah, gonna start being able to work his way through. Westside now in a bit more of a fair fight as he had the ghost, but still as clean as before. Westside impressive.
Everyone with the guns
Critical
losing their
2v2.
jaw.
This shouldn't go too far again.
Ooh,
Westside,
little double.
the hero that Giant X needed, has put on the cape and he is
Dude,
performing.
the guy with the ghost killed
And
majority
losing
of them.
that many rifles, but Westside the one with the pistol to deliver.
Yeah.
And finding the last two, actually lining them up outside tree. Not sure if it wasn't one or two shots, but certainly looked like one. Yeah, it was, yeah. Beautifully done. Looking sharp, as I was saying earlier, in some of these individual situations where Westside has really shone.
Oh, I'm
Continuing
probably
to
going to
do
get
so,
the
15 and
the
7
ult for
now
the
for
next
Giant
round
X.
as well. Law has ult, so they're definitely good to retake.
Again,
And for the bonus round, looks like they just want to straight up try force B, or at least B, C
So
default.
considering the
Oh no, they're
losses,
sending B.
We going on this? Law needs to get out of there. Yeah, it gets a bit too dangerous, but it leaves Aura to his own devices, takes away Badu, takes away Governor, and slices
The
open
TP
B
away when you
comfortably.
have three
Avova looking
people
to send in the
there.
Paranoia, but it looks irrelevant as that Bucky even
Yeah,
coming
I
into
don't
play.
know about the TP away there.
the cleanup is there for Giant
You
X.
gotta stick with your team, I
So
think.
it's 3 ahead now. So the Floor with the ultimate, but financially not looking too comfortable here. Ara just allowed to exist here for so long, and the grand reveal finds 2 on the back of
This
it.
Bucky is deadly, bro. This Bucky is deadly.
Razor. Thanks so
Run it
much for the 10 months. He's
I
not
did.
wrong.
So
He's
good.
deadly. Thank you for the Prime Razor. Thank you,
More
thank you.
enjoyers now. Focused up. It's going to be with Ara.
Big tag onto runner there, actually.
He actually gets out unscathed. I thought it'd be...
Yeah, now it feels a little more awkward to commit any further here.
Look at this
Push
guy.
that.
Well, Batu almost revealing his position, though. You're not to get spammed through. A little desperation to return some damage on the back of runner.
Hello, Weber. How we doing, mate?
Seeding early on. Really, Sheriff's, I mean the SMG for...
Watch by the end of the
Flor,
game?
but
Nah, we'll raid. Sean will be watching it, right?
Really pin much hope
We'll
to
raid
in this
Sean.
round. It's looking like Giant X will find double digits.
They've done really well to pull these players over. We can see that it's a fake. Obviously, Avova has been shouldering this, but they can disrespect pretty much all of his util anyway. Floor makes it over quickly, though. But again,
Hello,
the
Boo
util
as
layering
well.
really nice from Giant
I
X so
see you
far.
both here.
Bit of a stall out here, though, and Paranoia still in possession for Avova.
30 seconds left.
Can't deny that util and Floor's been cleared. Any chance of really threatening that back goes. Util
Well,
stall
they
down low on time here.
stacked-
20
they
seconds.
stacked
Things
their
could get
util instead of
dangerous. I'm not saying possible, but I'm saying
fortifying it.
dangerous. Batu, are you the one to do it now? We saw the runner was low earlier, still staying alive on 40. The Paranoia finally coming in, but Giant X with a fight back. Westside still breathing means there's still a solid chance. 6 seconds now. The time, the factor,
We
but
got
the
close.
bodies
If
were
they
there.
had done
Battered,
breach
bruised,
damage
broken,
and
yes,
then
but
done
full stand.
salvos,
Actually,
it
much
might have
cleaner
been
on
a
the-
different round here.
On the anti-eco.
They just did them
this
both at the
time
same
around.
time.
Maintaining
Large
some of that
Ravioli with the
weaponry.
Prime. Thank you for the 9 months, dude. Thank you, thank you. And Apex
I thought you
gonna
broke
be
it.
timing up.
I
thought that was you.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Well, should use the telestrator more.
Well, I mean, it's better actually because the other week I was pressing the wrong screen altogether. So. And then I was really confused about why it wasn't working.
10 to 6.
How's the game been thus far?
From the Apex
Well, the
side.
first
You
map
can see the frustration
lasted
there
like
from
2
Mozzie.
hours. That
I
was pretty mental. Overtime
really envy
record.
this
Overtime
position.
record with
It
some
is gonna
tech
get tough
pauses.
from this point forward because you do have the ult starting to come through as well for Giant X, and they've started to really get the ball rolling.
And
I think
then
we're
this
starting to see the
one,
better side of, you know,
I mean, this
Westside
one's had some
closing out
tech
a lot of
pauses,
these
but it's not
rounds.
too bad.
We've seen Ara, right place, right time more often than not. Looking very
Apex are
solid here, and that's, of
kind
course, without
of
mentioning
melting a
kind of
little
the
bit.
backbone
That sounds
players,
OP,
your
yeah, no, it was
Clouds,
good,
your
man.
Runners, your
Honestly,
Flicklesses,
the
they've
thing
been all
is,
doing their
the
job.
game was actually pretty sick,
Yeah, and
Weber.
even,
Like, the map was
credits
actually
for the
sick.
previous
It's
round
just
as
the
well,
fact
exchanging
that
utility, you
it started with a
during-
25-minute tech pause and then
really
had
well
another
considered.
20-minute one midway through.
I said in terms of what we saw on an earlier anti-eco, Giant X to come out the way they did previously here in round 16. Definitely the communications there, it's not really, you know, frantic. To see now if Apex can make a stand here. That's how you do
God, please.
it. Operator in play.
Okay, we get the op out and we have some ults.
But
And
look,
this is the big change up.
something that's quite
Dude,
tricky
this,
to
I
deal
mean, they
with
had the
if you
same set
do-
strat
and the
as
operator is going to be playing on that retake.
what
as well.
Apex are
Giant X do
doing.
Directly focused towards maybe this A site or however they want
Insta
to
ult so that
appeal
you
to this.
can take the space if they're fighting, you push them
Does
out
get
into the
difficult.
open.
See how they want to go about this now, though. It's decent info.
Doesn't really
At
give you,
least one
well, it
noted
gives you
here.
A main control, I guess, A control.
You can run up. Maybe feeling
Could be
like
nice
it's
with a
leaning
neon.
towards a B.
Yeah,
Full
I mean,
exit.
it's almost quite telling to see him up that deep early on. Really caused too much of an adjustment on the side of Apex here,
Doesn't
but
look comfortable.
no, it looks very strange here.
And he goes ahead of the util in the end, so Governor gets rewarded with one, taking away Aura. Trade for Cloud, but it's right back in from Molzy. So, player advantage towards Apex.
I didn't mind it. If they
Now,
had a
can
little
stay
bit more
patient in this,
discipline,
'cause
wait
Cloud's
for the
trying to
stun
creep
and
a
then
little closer.
swing.
Molzy's position should be the checkmate, but he second
Oh,
guesses,
boy.
and hesitation costs them everything.
Dude, Apex are
And once
melting.
again, you're looking at this operator now in this position is very hard to utilize. Oh, especially now. Doubling down on it. Mikey using just about bloody everything. 2 ults, tailor-made to both sides. Batu gets thrown away on CT. Floor, the temptation to save will now be there.
Yeah,
I'm off. See you later.
as soon as Flickless finds that, maybe give it a chance at an exit, but again, if you look at some of the finances on the right side of your screen, it's very uncomfortable for the next few rounds for Apex.
The same thought process as
Ultimates,
Vents.
yes.
Whoever plays here is
Even Molesy won
dead.
away from the Rolling Thunder as well.
I mean, you have time to get out of there though in the beginning.
Floors available on top of Governors.
It's like multi, right?
That's just a
To be
frustrating
starting
round to
here
watch
and
as well.
finding
I
out.
felt like Apex were just a bit fumbly. I say
You're gonna be out in the
Apex, maybe
open.
too collectively. Molesy there looked like he was really on for a good spot
I
here.
think you can have better
But
ults
yeah,
than
goes
this,
to
but
the
must be
bot
something
line
that's
to
been
try and
working in
maybe slow
practice if
down,
you've seen
but
2 EU
I mean,
teams
it's a
doing it.
great read from Cloud to just re-swing onto that,
Yeah.
identifying that there isn't a second person to bail him out. Yeah, that's string of
Giants
rounds
looking
now
good.
extended
I think,
to 9
honestly, I don't think Giants look
succession
too bad.
for
Westside's
Giant
bailing
X.
them out a lot. Runner
Gotta say,
is
as
struggling
much as I am
on
the number
Omen.
one fan, Floor's
But I
been
think
quiet
everyone's struggling
here.
on Omen on
Unable
this
to be in the
team.
right place for this. Feels like they've been able to navigate away from her impact. So not seeing the reward, been held on 15 kills for quite some time. So we do need to see someone else step up to the plate here. That time it's Batu, perfect.
Yeah, at
Gonna
least
find
we
one
had
instantly traded.
lovely,
Good
lovely spacing
from
for the
Runner to
trade.
to swing back on it. But we've already got this exec on towards C.
Dude, that's a
Okay, Molesy
big,
there to find Aura.
big cover on this.
Bailing of over
Governor
as well.
has ult.
He was dead to rights.
Everyone lock in.
Nearly caught inside the TP, but Flickless going exploring pretty deep here. Maybe a little unorthodox. It could catch Apex off guard.
This could be devastating.
Well, anyone's
for them.
watching for it. Maybe Molesy.
Yeah, Cloud's already got Governor down. Is this where it falls apart? This shouldn't be the hard
Oh,
part, but
boy.
there it
Well,
is. Flickless on the flank makes
is
it
gonna have to be
near
next
on
round.
impossible, and Runner shuts down the account. It's 12,
Oh,
and it's
pass and
been
waterfall.
so oppressive. Giant X, the second they had that timeout, even into this second half now, it looks unstoppable from them.
It looks really, really composed here on the side of Giant X.
What was it,
They know what
6-2?
they want to do and how they want to
It's
approach
6-2. Have we won
each
10
and every
rounds in a
round
row?
here. There's a moment here, Molesy's looking back and forth towards spawn.
Let's go, Flick, insane! Insane, Flick.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it was
is.
an insane flank, to be honest.
Yeah,
6
it was
chances.
perfectly done. Right back into things.
Okay,
the
they got to
mood
punish
goes
over
high
towards A.
as
Is this with
well.
the tail ult? Yes, it is. Okay, well, they're
Oh, so
actually
this could be
wrecked.
pretty uncomfortable. Yeah, hold on. Floor
Re-
right in
okay,
their
this is nice though.
faces.
The
Two
breach
big
tear
picks
combo
this
is
time.
solid.
That was a set idea. That was a set piece, and they needed to bring something out. It worked here. Could be 7 for them, but they'd have to then run it back flawlessly, unless Westside wants to show us something miraculous.
Filler with the prime. Thank you so much for the 2 years,
1v5.
dude.
Spike behind enemy lines.
I do feel like the timing of this was really
No
nice.
to
I've seen
position,
other
though.
teams do similar to this. Timing this looked good.
I mean, starts with maybe a
Like
couple
if
of
you're
one
ahead of
being in the
this,
way.
there's some people that are going to get blown
Because
back
dare I
into the
say
ult.
it,
These other ones that are
this is
just
when
going to
Westside
survive it,
looks
tank a little
best.
bit of damage.
On his own.
A little
Like, I
bit
don't
of
think you're
scary,
dodging
yeah.
any of it.
Let's just buddy up, guys. So it kind of looks
I can't
like
remember. Was it the Pacific team that did this exact ult? Right, you breach ult them into it.
They're not
Tail
got a
him
great
back.
track record from that position, but
No, but job done.
in zone flawless.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's not often you get one of those.
Yeah, the only thing that maybe I
Like
didn't
this kind
like,
of
I guess, was
combination
like the
of utility.
breach ult
As
might. Actually, no,
said, it
honestly, the
feels like
timing's
they
so
pulled
good
out
of
a
it, it
very
doesn't
set piece
matter.
From the deck
Yeah.
of cards, and they've run it here, which is probably the best way to do it, to try and buck the trend, really, because it's been very one-sided. It's
Well, yeah, there you.
Papa was better on
can't really call
smokes.
it stop the bleeding, but
I just think Runner was playing it like he had this Viper. Well,
need a
that's
couple
it.
more of those, though, to
If
even rock
he
the boat.
actually
Giant X still have
plays
so
it
much to play with in these
how
more
they should
traditional
play with their
standardized
comp,
rounds. They
and
have
like
been at the
heavy
helm.
holds here, I think it would go a lot better. I think
Can
they
just
just,
get in from
you got to think,
this.
they probably had like
He's
1
a
week.
fight.
They obviously didn't
Isolated
practice this map
Identifying
too
this
much
flaw
with
in
him,
the
so he
system.
probably just doesn't know.
Play it to the good.
It's just one of those. If they come across it in prac, maybe, but I don't think they did. A_Rednas
way
with the
back
prime.
in, but-
Thank you for the 90 months, bro. Thank you for doing that.
Batu and Avova have ultimates. Actually, the double flash looks good initially.
Damn,
Oh,
dudes.
well,
Damn, dudes. Really.
Anything you
That
throw at
was
this
nice
guy,
wall,
he seems
though.
to have an answer. So much util, but it seems to matter not as Floor gets
Very,
found.
very
And
nice.
Giant X
Man,
close out map
6-2 at one
the
point.
end zone flawless, 13-7 in the end, Mike. It felt like there was a real stark turning point in that game, and it never came back after
Yeah,
that.
definitely. I think as well, just noting back to the first half when Apex kind of